Now in Vectorworks 2011, you can link Renderworks cameras to Viewports. The addition of this new feature will make creating custom views in Viewports easier to manage and quicker to create. As you may already know, if you have a basic shape selected when creating a viewport, you'll be prompted to choose whether or not to use that shape as your viewport crop. Well, now the same thing can be done to link a Renderworks camera to a viewport. If I select this Renderworks camera and go to View, Create Viewport, now a dialog box appears asking if you want to link the selected Renderworks camera object to the viewport. When I click Yes, the standard Create Viewport dialog box appears, but all the view options are grayed, as these settings will be derived from the Renderworks camera. However, I can still change the rendering mode, which I'm going to set to Fast Renderworks. Once I click OK, the viewport is created using the Renderworks camera's view. Notice in the Object Info palette, the Renderworks camera field is set to Yes. Additionally, now when you edit a viewport, there's a new camera option in the Edit Viewport dialog box. In the camera editing mode, you can edit an existing camera, delete a camera, or create a new camera. For this viewport, I'll just edit the camera settings some. Once I click Return to Viewport and click the Update button in the Object Info palette, now I have my viewport set to a view I like. If I decide I no longer want the viewport linked to the camera, I can simply edit the viewport again and choose Camera. The camera is selected by default, so I can just hit the Delete key on my keyboard. Then return to the viewport and update it. Notice the viewport's view is unchanged, but now the Renderworks camera field in the Object Info palette is set to No. Okay, now that there's no Renderworks camera linked to the viewport, let's create a new camera and view and link it to a duplicate of this viewport. Okay, here's the duplicate. Now double-click the viewport and choose Camera. I'm going to switch to Top Plan View and activate the Renderworks camera tool. Then I'm going to create a camera view inside the building. Also keep in mind you can use the standard view manipulation tools in this editing mode to modify the camera view as well. Okay, once I have a view I like, I can return to the viewport and hit Update. Notice the new view is set and the Renderworks camera field in the Object Info palette is set to Yes. So, as you can see, this new addition eliminates the multiple steps necessary to create a custom view and then create a viewport. Linking Renderworks cameras to viewports will certainly make creating custom views in a viewport a much quicker task.